Oni has clicked. Find opponent. Now we have 300 seconds to wait.
Yep. I guess let's go ahead and make this like an official introduction. Like if you cut off all like the early bullshit.
I edited all this.
There you go. Hey everybody, welcome back to Know Your Role Blood Bowl. We got another match today, and I have no idea who these people are or what's going to happen. What about you guys? We are highly professional here, by the way.
Didn't you beat one of them?
Did I? I don't know. Well, one of them is my brain is blinking. One of them is the Stout McGruffs, and
Yeah,
I believe that
learned.
did. Yeah, that's Lessons team right there, and they fought your team, didn't they, Ark?
Yes.
Yeah, their steamroller didn't get any traction, but oh yeah, we might actually get to see some really good steamroller plays this time. That'll be exciting.
No offense to Lessons when he eventually hears this. Doubt it.
And then there's Oni's team, which I think yours was the first horseman, and his are the bells.
Yeah, he's Lords of the Bell, and I am the
Lords
first
of the
horseman.
Bells. There we go.
No, just Bell.
Lord of the Bell. Just one bell. Not all of them, just this one.
Multiple lords, one bell. It's like a movie.
Plural lord, singular bell.
The audience is going to be on the edge of their seats for this cutting commentary, Griff. Thank God you took over.
Hey, I gotta entertain the Twitch crowd somehow here. And of course, you can always just cut this out in editing, sure.
No, this is the real stuff. This stuff stays in. Stuff before this, that's all going in the trash.
Oh no, they're seeing my rampant unprofessionalism. Oh no, I'm checking my phone. Oh, I'm gonna take a drink. Oh, I should.
Oh, look at all these Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh gosh, I'm drawn. I need a top deck. What do I got? We got Giant Stone Soldier. We got Serpent Nine Dragon. Can't summon that first turn. I gotta do special summon and Rian, which requires 2 special summons.
Exodia's left arm in defense mode.
So there we go. I've done my Yu-Gi-Oh turn. In the YouTube comments, go ahead and post your Yu-Gi-Oh turn, and we'll keep playing with you next time.
All right. Well, who do you think?
Everyone's one turn every week, by the way.
Who do you think, based on previous matches, who's gonna win this?
Dang, that is a rough question, and it's hard for me to like really put together. I'm not sure yet if Lessons is going to really pull together his dwarves to do the thing the dwarves are going to need to do. But these are both heavy armor, heavy brawling teams, so it is going to be a fight. And I do believe Oni actually has his special little tactic here, where last time I murdered all of his goblins for experience points, and now he has a bunch of free beastmen. So it's very possible he might have more meat on the field. And this might come down to if or not the dwarves have any special abilities.
He does also have less points team-wise, which represents choices he may or may not have made in the intern.
What number of points is Oni at now?
900.
900, and of course the Stout McGruffs are at 10 to 50, a small positive gain over nothing.
Yes, you start with 1,000, so... I do believe Lords of the Bell are the only team, well, the only team in this matchup, I believe, that has a leveled up player. I believe Dart of the Underdark reached level 2 off of the back of many scores.
Oh yeah, once you have the Skaven going... Actually, no, maybe he didn't actually level up. I think he actually got it split between the Gutter Runners.
I'm pretty sure that Dart of the Underdark leveled up, but we can find out if he ever mouses over him during the game.
It should become obvious very quickly.
No, I believe if he did, he only got one ability out of it. So probably a runner with the ability to catch or something like that should be apparent.
Right, those would be good choices. As it stands, though, still waiting for the match to actually connect here, folks.
Yeah, it's a 300-second wait. It doesn't go any faster. It's looking for it's checking the entire database, and then it's going to only find one person, but it gives itself 300 seconds to check.
Right. And I think that in general is supposed to be for... Oh, well, I was about to go into matchmaking programs, but hey, here we go. It's gone.
What's gone?
I mean, it's on.
What do you mean it's on? Oh, literally, it's start time. Oni just loaded in, so...
Opponent is making choices. And now, of course, we have lessons. What are you going to choose? Extra team training? Oh, he has no money. Well, he's got 300 petty cash.
Oni's got 3 journeymen.
Wow.
Lessons trying to buy a deck of Magic the Gathering. Not really working out for him.
Well, I assume he doesn't have any petty cash, does he?
He actually has 30k.
Which isn't enough to do anything.
It's not enough to do anything, and he's just slowly coming to this realization, and I understand the feeling.
Just to judge how out of sync these two views are, what is the countdown on yours?
2, 1, 0.
88, 87, 86. Oh, there we go. Now 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay.
There you go.
So about 10 seconds, give or take.
I am also highly amused by the Death Roller portrait, which vibrates. And here we go. Stout McGruffs. Oh, look at that. Dwarven Glory. Drinking on the field. And in unison.
Oh, Rockhammer Field.
And burning oil idling there. That's not good for the environment.
Well, he doesn't get to play very much anyway, so...
He's got to use it or he'll lose it.
Well, yeah, because it's a secret weapon. So after the first down, he usually gets called off the field.
I seem to have missed a goblin.
You figured it would run on alcohol.
Is that a dark elf?
It's the assassin.
Oh, I guess, yeah, he was there last time. I just kind of missed him.
Oh yeah, you missed the discussion since you were in play about having an opponent on the team whose entire purpose is to kill somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And not even in name.
Your opponent is putting his players in defense, so it looks like the dwarves are going to be kicking off first. Or no, they are receiving. That's right. I always get these terms confused. Honey being very...
Yep, no, Dart of the Underworld Tunnels is level 2, as I said. He got block.
There you go.
He gave him block, so he's a runner with block.
Ooh, that is a fantastic choice. And he ought to have dodge too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, dodge and block on a runner. Ooh. Well, just better hope he doesn't get the ball.
I mean, he's one of the MVPs of the current season, the current bracket. I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's one of 2 leveled up guys.
Right. I think the other one might be one of my catchers. Now that I think about it.
But Provolone leveled up.
So we're seeing a tiny bit of depth to Oni's formation. Probably doesn't want to get straight into brawling with the entire dwarf army here.
I wonder if he intentionally left the guy on the front line on the right-hand side, or just forgot to move him back. No, I don't know.
Oh, you mean the small goblin over there?
It looks like he's set up to try and make an opening for the right-hand side to kind of... I don't know. I don't know why he's done that.
And he's got all his players too, so he shouldn't leave those openings.
Well, no, I mean, he's put a Beastman on the back left side and not one on the right-hand side, and left only 2 guys in a staggered formation on the right, which makes a very confusing opening.
These are some very interesting choices out of both players, that's for sure. And it's a blitz.
It is very weird listening to you commenting from 20 seconds in the future again, Griff.
And we were worried I was going to be like 30 seconds in the past or something. It's alright, I'm just going to open up my third eye here and see in the future.
I mean, that's what it is. You're saying it's a blitz, and we're still watching them set up defense. It's like, what?
I'm going to go ahead and just watch things as they play out and comment on things as you bring them up.
Or I guess you can just hit pause for 5 seconds.
Do I want to risk that?
I don't know. Whatever works. Just keep in mind, stream-wise.
Alright, let's see if that worked. That was 5 seconds.
Oh, well, we just saw a refund charge to the front.
Oh, yep. Backline is already filling in around the dwarves.
Yep, he's making a cage. Sort of. Though oddly, I don't know how well this is going to work because the dwarves are going to kick the runners' asses.
This is going to be quite interesting, that's for sure.
As we all know, the runners are very squishy.
A lot of his dwarves are caught up, but he does have a couple free to just do as he pleases, and he's going to reinforce the front line. Nobody's actually going for the ball there.
That's why I don't know why he just went for a dodge.
He might go for a blitz. If he can take out the goblin there, then he'd be free to do so.
I don't see why he doesn't run that Skaven over with the wagon.
Well, it's the dwarf's turn at the moment. Unless you guys are so far ahead of me. You're seeing something else.
I'm watching the dwarves.
I did just see the steamroller take out an elf, and that's always a good sight.
Which means you're still a little bit ahead. Because now I'm seeing that.
Alright. 1, 2, 3. Bam. Dane is stunned. Turnover. That better?
Now that just happened.
Alright.
Griffin always gonna be living in the future.
Alright, hopefully this should be good now.
Which chaos god is responsible for time fuckery?
There we go. Oni is now making a little bit of room for himself. Got his elf back up, and he's gonna not send him back into the meat grinder. There we go.
You know, I think the pausing doesn't actually do anything. Because he just picked his elf up now.
Yeah, it might not. There might not be any buffering here.
Yeah, it might just be entirely live play because you pause and I think you rejoined back when and live again. Yeah. So, now that I recall that Lessons is the dwarves, his strategy here is completely starting to make sense. Which is to say that he didn't blitz the ball carrier, probably because he didn't know that he could.
Ooh. Lefty's cousin getting some points here. Oni with first touchdown. And he's going to be receiving, and we'll get a chance at another.
You know what you should do, Griff?
What should I do?
You should form everything you're seeing into a prediction. See, now, if I was playing, this is what I would do. Just to make yourself look like the John Madden of our thing here.
Now, if I were them, I would spend the next 2 minutes just kind of idling here, kind of forgetting to place my units. Well, that's not what they're doing.
Well, they're reeling after losing Dan.
I predict that if we were listening on there, Lessons would be cursing why one of his teammates got kicked off the field. Now, again, not understanding that it's a secret weapon. No doubt Oni explaining the scenario to him.
Oh, yeah, that did take it out immediately, huh?
I said first turnover. It's a secret weapon. That's how it works. You really had to make the first couple of plays with meaningful. Because if you're going to take any of his people down, that was going to be when.
Now we just have a field of dwarves versus a field of beastmen.
Another reroll for the Lords of the Bell. Very nice.
7% chance pickup. There we go. And as long as he can keep that dwarf protected, everything is A-okay. And of course, his Lessons' right-hand side is completely open. That gutter runner is just going to walk right around again.
So that dwarf just picked up the ball. 67%. Again, I think what we need you to be is the magic oracle, Griff.
What I see is the dwarves deciding to do a bunch of frontline fighting and being indecisive about it.
Tell us more, Oracle of the Food.
I think
I
you're-
predict the goblin will eat shit.
If you were going to put the goggles on, I think this would be the time for it.
It's goggle time.
What do your goggle eyes see?
Nothing. They're useless.
Well, that's a knockdown.
I do predict Dwarf versus Beastman is going to be a fairly even fight here. I think I started that off earlier, honestly, but
Well, I don't know. For some reason, I keep thinking the dwarf units are going to be stronger than what they are.
they are only strength 3.
Yeah. High armor value, not a lot of punch.
Right, so it's unlikely we're going to see a whole lot of death this match in the end. Now that the steamroller's off the field anyway.
Well, maybe from the Chaos team. Oni does like to play dirty. He's got an assassin.
Hmm.
And he'll
He
go
is
for those
out for blood.
fouls every time.
I don't believe that is actually going to provide an assist.
Only maybe out for blood, but Lessons is here for the pain.
And he went for a reroll.
It's so confusing.
Alright, I'm predicting the future, and it looks more or less just like an even brawl right now.
I don't know. He's only just knocked down that Beastman on our side.
I am predicting good fortunes for the dwarves.
Well, I mean, he's having good luck taking ownership of the field, because every guy you knock down is a guy you don't have to worry about if you take a step away. I guess, did he run out of time there?
I think maybe so, actually. He
Yeah.
spent quite a lot of time deciding.
Yeah, 'cause he had a lot of opportunities there to make more offensive moves and just didn't.
The Beastmen are going to be retaliating here, and we're going to see some dwarf downs now, and it's just going to be one big mosh pit. I don't know if there's an opportunity in all of this for them to actually create an opening for the ball.
Well, certainly there's a
might
giant
be.
opening for the Beastmen to go around and take the ball.
Absolutely. There's still a chance.
Rest of the most killable units in the game. So, having it there next to the ball carrier isn't going to make a lot of difference.
All he has to do is follow it up with that gutter runner there.
No, it's a
And
double
not
red die.
killable.
Doesn't make any... Not a play you want to make.
But I predicted it's a play he will make.
But he didn't. I don't know how to follow that up, Griff. I just saw him not make that play, so...
You are a false prophet. You must be stoned.
Alright, let me find the wheat supply. 1 second. Somewhere around here. Ooh. It's always a rare occasion when you see a gutter runner get tripped.
Not that rare in my games.
But you're all gutter runner. Of course someone's gonna get tripped.
I only have 4.
Oh, this is not going to look good for the dwarves on their turn.
They surrounded the ball carrier.
And a terrible formation for it at that.
Dane is stunned. Oh, here we go. Like I say, he's a dirty player. He looked at the foul.
And there goes another goblin.
Not yet, Griff. Not yet. There goes another guy.
There he goes.
thing we knew is you come up with a comment, hold it for 5 seconds, and then say it.
Wait, but then I would have to, like, hold in something. That ain't me.
This guessing game of when things happen is just so confusing to me.
It does look like we'll be seeing the dwarves making a little bit of room back for themselves. They might be able to move onto that side of the field, actually. There's only one other character in the way.
Yeah, me might break some other legs.
I mean, they're actually falling back at the moment. They're going backwards.
Well, sometimes you gotta go backwards to go forwards to go backwards to go forward.
I'm just saying that what appears to be forward momentum is actually them moving backwards into their own side of the field.
If he blitz that Chaos Warrior up there in the center, the Ball Runner could actually try to escape.
Well, at
But
the
I don't
moment,
think
the
that would be
ball
a good
runner has
idea.
2 guys on him.
Oh, that is right. Those two did move in.
Although they are weak and medial guys, they're still guys.
Well, the dwarves also have like 2 agility, which means they're not likely to dodge out of a trip.
Gotta fight your way out of it. This could be a 8-turn touchdown kind of game now.
Yeah, there's still 5 turns in the round, so entirely plausible. Could also just be a 0-1, and this the only touchdown we'll see this half.
Oh, what a game that'll be. Yeah, I'm gonna put up my oracular powers for a moment.
$40 left, and Lessons has not made any effectual plays.
I am seeing that Lessons is not playing as efficiently as he could in terms of picking his next units and what strategy he wants to do. He's also going to be looking at some very sketchy possibilities, and he chooses to not even risk the ball carrier on even an attack.
That's all the dodges he's looking at right now.
It's good he didn't.
I mean, he's leaving guys on the back line who haven't even done anything. That L shape of dwarves on the left inner flank, that guy in the back could have moved to back up the ball carrier, but he didn't even look at him.
And that will be a dwarf down. Oh. Well, this will be surprising in a second.
Can't imagine why. Unless someone dies.
It's surprising in that nothing happened.
Yeah.
I was expecting it, though. I wanted it to happen.
Well, it would be unexpected, yeah, if somebody died, because that would be a very lucky series of die rolls. Or, I mean, unlucky for the team where it ties in.
Oni, though, is clearly trying to get closer and closer to this ball carrier, but he still doesn't have anyone he trusts in actually making the attack, I think.
Well, the teams are matched up stat-wise, so we can't, like, overplay anything.
Right, this is kind of a match of strategy here, and also brutal, terrible injuries.
Cunning brutality?
Which, we can only hope that there are some. Well, I was thinking of being brutally cunning in this case.
I mean, honestly, all Oni has to do is knock down the dwarves around the ball carrier.
He's thinking about it.
Of which there's only 4. And his team has the dwarves split in half. Doesn't seem like it's that hard of a process to initiate.
It is quite a mess at the very least. If there's a strategy here, how do you strategize out of this?
I think having blitzed with the Chaos Warrior would have been the smart play.
Ooh.
Overlapping zones. Double red dice. Not good. Couldn't even get it down to 1 red die, apparently.
Oni, I believe, is merely getting impatient. However, sometimes you gotta take the risk. And the ball is out of hands. What a turn.
That was a lucky good roll.
Yeah, I don't think I would have done that. I mean, he had the rerolls to make up for it, since he got the bonus one, plus he had more to start with, but...
Ah, Lessons, my man, what are you doing? 5 dodges, it's not how you play the dwarves.
Hasn't done a thing yet on our side.
Oh, he hasn't either here.
I mean, he hasn't even looked at 5 dodges.
Are you gonna see it and you're gonna be horrified?
I mean, step 1 is always pick up all the people you intend to pick up before you do anything.
Right,
That was the hardest lesson I have yet to learn.
It's already a minute in, or it will be, and there has not actually been an actual attack from the dwarves.
Which goes to show why he's running out of time so often.
And I don't blame him for being very confused about this situation for sure, but he's got to do something.
Hopefully not what we just saw.
If he loses this ball, if Oni gets another goal, this game's basically as good as over, I think.
Well, no, there's the whole second half. Plus, and there's enough time in this half for someone who really tried to make another touchdown.
But have you ever heard of a team making a good comeback in the second half against Oni? I don't think so. That was a joke, everyone. That's exactly what happened. However, there were far more goblins at the time.
Again, just not a lot happening.
There's only going to be 20 seconds left, and I could...
25
But
here, and the
why?
ball is still sitting there, unowned.
But why?
Why are you thinking about running your blitzer downfield?
Exactly, but why?
There's nobody there. He's not going to catch the ball.
I think he just wanted to escape.
Get me out of here.
Even then, no. He's holding the Chaos Warrior down, which is what you want.
Not anymore.
No, yeah, the Chaos Warrior still has it on the other side.
Waiting with bated breath. Oni as well, maybe a little paralyzed, but not quite as much. Though I do predict there's going to be some battle.
Yeah, I mean, you only have to get rid of those 2 dwarves right there by the ball. You don't have to care about anybody else.
Can you actually get a good gutter runner up there?
See, personally, I would have knocked him the other way towards the side of the field. Not towards the ball. That's only because I wouldn't want him getting up and trying to run after.
Ooh, there is actually going to be successful dodge this game, but into tragedy. Oh, he's got 1 reroll left, and he chooses not to.
Yeah, because you got to take out O-Ring. Unfortunately, you've used your reroll already.
They do each have 1 left.
Yeah, but he already used his for that that round.
The turd, yeah.
Well, I guess we're gonna see if I guess we're going to see if Lessons can get that blitzer downfield for some reason.
He's free to do what he wants.
Yeah, whatever his play was there. Let's see if he makes it again.
Alright, so if the blitzer gets ignored and he only picks up the ball and brings it center field, then the blitzer might be able to get up and blitz for it. Or Lessons is going to get up and try circling the entire field to try to grab the ball while it's still surrounded.
I mean, I guess he could get the blitzer downfield and go for an unsuccessful throw, in which case he's only counting on there being nobody else down there to pick up the ball, in which case he has a low chance to pick up the ball himself, but at least he gets the ball downfield. It's a stupid, stupid play, but it's the only thing I can see you running a blitzer down the field for, because your blitzer is a dude who has block. You want to keep him in the fight. I guess nobody chose. The timer just went out on that one.
Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like no one just confirmed. Going for the blitz. You just want to do the damage right now. You just want to keep it out of people's hands.
I don't know how you can go this many rounds without the ball getting picked up.
Well, when you just got two natural enemies fighting it out, what do you need a ball for?
To win the game.
Well, there's two halves of Blood Bowl. One part is the bowl part, and the other half is blood.
But when your opponent is already one touchdown in the lead, and the ball is open for possession, you need to be making up the score difference.
Meanwhile, there are technically more dwarves on the ball right now than Chaos.
Sure, there's also one free Chaos just standing there.
But at least it doesn't look like the gutter runner is going to immediately be picking it up on next turn, I think. Ooh, block will be coming in handy in moments here. Just smack the gutter runner. He went for it. Oh my gosh.
8 seconds. 5 seconds.
Just count those seconds.
1 second.
3, 2, 1. It's gonna hang on 0.
That's odd. It went from 1 second back up to 2 seconds and then counted down again.
Oh yeah, you get refreshed for like a couple more seconds once you're at the end.
It's surprising that Oni hasn't pulled out any fouls yet.
I'm about to say that this was going to be the turnover of the century here. But that reroll. The reroll's gonna come in handy.
We had so many extras.
Sort of back up.
Oh no, tragedy does strike. Turnover of the century. Do you see it? Do you see it?
I mean, double skulls happens all the time.
Oh, it sure does.
I mean, he's still got to get it away from these two people in this field.
That's right. There are 2 obstacles left, but there are plenty of dwarves to contest for it.
I mean, first thing you should do is take out the Chaos Warrior in front of you. I mean, behind you.
Oh, what a messy punch.
Specifically the one the Chaos Warrior is facing, because that guy is already out. Yeah, there we go. That guy is already behind the field. Then you have 2 that are around the assassin. In which case you just blitz the one that's behind the assassin to attack the assassin, and then your ball runner is free to run for it.
It is some villain.
You know, the guy right behind the ball carrier. Just blitz him into him.
Yeah, it will be better than an even fight too. You don't have to use that one. But he makes it.
Not that one. Not that one.
Ah, I'm just reading the words you're gonna be saying now.
I mean, it worked out, but it was a crazy, stupid move.
Crazy Stupid is going to maybe even up this game. Of all things.
Again, unfortunately, followed through, which puts him right in front of the ball. I remember you guys chastising me for that move.
Blood Bowl is a game of blood and bowl, and Lessons now has the bowl part as well. Did I say wheel? Ugh.
Well, the thing is, I think there are beastmen on field that can still catch up to the ball carrier.
Oh yeah, they almost certainly can. It could be a one-on-one blitz here at the end. But is that it? Oh, they might still have some dodges left to make. As long as you keep someone standing. Lessons, what are you doing?
Looks like he's just beating up some rats and gobos.
I mean, he's got that dwarf out there on the side, again, who's just completely free. He's making dodges when he has free moves.
We need to recommend a new team to Lessons, I think.
I don't know. Yeah, he might be good with the Kislab Circus or Amazons.
They're fantastic fun. I've been playing them and they've been a joy.
Well, they're heavy dodge teams, which seems to be what he's going for.
We're getting our physical comedy part of Blood Bowl here.
I guess Lessons could score now if he goes for it. Could even up the game.
I can guarantee you. They got it, didn't they?
And now all you have to do is hold out for the rest of this half and try to get the winning score in the next.
This is honestly... It's good that we got a touchdown in here. We evened out some of the confusion. We can finally figure out what's going to be happening. And maybe Lessons can stop doing some dodges.
Again, it seems to be what he aims for.
Now, it would be hilarious if he got enough experience to level up his dwarves and he focused on making dodge dwarves. But at that point, why not just start with some humans?
Because humans don't carry a bulk of grudges, of course.
I mean, again, he's making block dwarves to run downfield for no reason. So there's no telling what the aim is here.
We do still have these little gaps at the edge of Lessons' defense, but honestly, he probably just wants that middle and just let the gutter runners go in and hope they don't get any damage.
I have no idea what the hell Oni is up to.
Yeah, this is very strange. I'm not sure of the tactical efficiency of it. But I guess it does mean that if he pushes in, it will be harder for him to try to get an outflanking bonus of any kind.
Well, I mean, it definitely looks like he's trying to set up to run around Lessons' entire front row. I just don't know if he's got any passing game to make this happen the way it looks like he's trying to make happen.
Lessons does have a chance to reorganize here, and that does help a whole lot. But he's chosen to put 3 dwarves on 1 gutter runner.
Yeah, just to beat it down and then run past it. I just mean that Oni has 4 guys. 5 guys uncontested. Sorry, go ahead, Ark.
That's not a gutter runner on the right side there.
Oh.
Gutter runners have capes.
Oh, this is horrible. This is terrible. This is tragic.
That's what I'm saying. He has the 4 other guys right there completely set up to just follow behind this guy because they're uncontested, no tackle zones.
Oh, I almost thought that there wouldn't be another turn and that gutter runner wouldn't have a chance. But he's gonna get it. Nobody can reach him.
Chaos
There's
Warriors
no
don't
point
have
in going
block.
for it. You can't get there. The round is over. The first half, 2-1, Oni's favor.
Ouch. That dwarf bled some of his own blood.
Yep, so much for tying the game.
All is as I've foreseen. Well, there is still a second half. Lessons is down, but he's already shown he can get just absurdly lucky and do things dwarves are not meant to do.
Possibly Leslie's cousin just leveled up there as well.
What do you mean Griffin like score the touchdowns?
Exactly. Or dodge. Or move. Or not fight.
I mean, no one's died this time yet, so... bonus? Obviously not for us, the watchers.
Yeah. Now, after several times of getting the runaround, will Lessons finally fill the gaps on the sides? I think he will.
I mean, he's already scored more points than he has in previous games. So, he's got that going for him.
Fair enough, true. That is just open field right there. Overwrite your defense setup every time, by the way.
Say what?
I making it even worse.
So I just can't understand it.
He just clicks to save his new defense every single time. I'm just wondering, but why?
No, I mean, I just don't understand these setups.
We're going to have a lot of questions for them during the interview, that is for certain.
Again, it looks like he's set up to run a runner down the right-hand side. And Lessons did nothing to prevent this.
You figure he would have learned that to play me.
He can reposition right now, so let's see what he chooses to do. The gunner runner will only get halfway down the field. And he's got to pick up the ball. He's not just going to catch it.
You never know, and he might be worth passing as a worth taking.
What a gamble. Lessons, you're just addicted to this, aren't you? Ah.
For some people, that is the thrill of the game.
It just makes my heart stop every single time I see Lessons making a move like this. He's going to kill the announcer booth at this rate. Before he kills the other team.
Yeah, why do you only take one step forward?
He wants to go for the blitz, I guess.
No, I mean the other guy.
Yeah, the one going for the assassin.
No, last move before this blitz.
Well, there's a whole side open. Oni's gonna take it. Oh, and he's going for a pass. Nice and simple.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's only left the guy open. I think he did this his last match, too. So from his level 2 guy to his level 2 guy. Yeah, and he checks the dwarf to see how far the dwarf can move before he then makes his own move.
nearly the entire field in a single turn.
And that's why you don't leave openings.
You don't leave openings, and you maybe have a couple people in the back just to try to catch them if they decide to go solo.
I mean, it's entirely possible the dude could have just dodged his way through even one guy, but having one guy at least may have changed Stoney's mind about the entire tactic.
That is true. And we're just seeing the dwarves get mosh pit for a bit.
Yeah, if they have high armor value, they can take it.
Exactly. Oni very helpfully helping Lesson reform his front line and fill up his gaps. Ah, what a friend, really.
The best kind of friendship is percussive friendship.
Now, that assassin can always move up and pin one dwarf, and then there's only two that could possibly try to run.
Yeah, without him mousing over the units
Oh.
again, I can't tell which ones are the runners and which ones are his longbeards and blitzers.
What an amazing happenstance there. I never thought that elves could do anything. But goblins still can't.
Knees was weak in the knees.
Can you blitz them? Well, you can force them to make a dodge.
The turn just rolled over, Griff. So again, future you.
Future me is just so taken aback by these terrifying visions I am seeing. I cannot but help but proclaim what's going on. There's one chance, one shot. Arms sweaty, mom spaghetti. That's just...
And he's going the
what we're-
wrong way.
Well, to be fair, I don't think these dwarves can even make it back there.
One of them attempted. They were within inches. They were moments away from greatness.
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, the one he's got back there in a tackle zone, which means he's going to have to dodge out of it once it becomes Oni's turn again.
It's a gutter runner, though.
But we were talking about the ones on the front line he was considering about moving backwards, and instead chose to move up. The only way any of these plays are going to matter right now is if he ends up knocking somebody out or injuring somebody.
If so, that could start to change the dynamic here a little bit. And you might be pleasantly surprised.
I don't know. Knocking Oni back down a couple of units, I think he still has reserves, isn't going to change very much. I mean, a Beastman is a thing. Oh, that's nice.
That is a good question. I don't know how much Oni actually has in reserves.
I think last game you killed, what, 3 or 4 of them, and he had 3 or 4 reserves at the time, so... Plus, he had 3 journeymen when he started this match from the purchase, so I think he should be alright. It's hard to tell. He never mouses over to his own side of the field, so I can't see who's on his benches. Oddly, he just did, though, which makes me wonder who our 3 viewers are.
Watching the broadcast to get secret Blood Bowl information out of your opponent?
I guess with one of your announcers is living in the future.
It's honestly just the way Blood Bowl goes. Sometimes you see the future, sometimes you get punched in the face.
And sometimes your whole life flashes before your eyes, yes.
There's just going to be one thing for Oni to do when it becomes his turn.
When
Well, multiple things, but additionally one more thing. I suppose hedging one's bets is a thing you should do.
Yeah, you just don't assume that you've won, because you never know what might happen. You have to still put people in the positions they should be in.
But the hubris is an important part of the comedy. If he failed, it would be hilarious.
That's why you take all the actions you think you can get away with before making the move to win the game, in case you don't win the game.
So I do believe we have about 6 turns left in this half, if I recall right. And Lessons needs to make up 2 to at least get into a tie and go into overtime, if at all. But I think I remember you saying that overtime is not active in this kind of bracket.
I have to work on your own memory there, Griff, because I don't remember ever saying that, and I don't remember what the setting is. I, in fact, don't think I ever messed with that setting.
I get such a giggle every time I see the Death Roller's portrait, and it's just jiggling. It is truly the gift that keeps on giving. He's Lessons, you're trying to swap him out, but he's done for. He's gone.
Oh, not a thing that we can see. Only hasn't even moved his cursor in a minute.
Right. I'm just bringing you live the Lesson Thought Cam. Will you keep having holes? You play D&D Lessons, you know what zone of control is, I know it. You just have to have a gap between units. You could even have 2 gaps.
I mean, it's playing out to be like his first match, except this time he actually scored a goal. So he's not getting rolled over this time.
Oh, he scored against me first half of the first game. And then I rolled over him.
As it is meant to be.
Oh, time to get one of your runners back there. Yeah, I mean, if it's a touchback, it should get your rollers down, runners downhill. Downfield. And then touch back onto one of them.
We're going to be seeing the Oni Classic, just taking advantage of the opportunity given.
It's like, go for it. Who gives a shit about goblins?
Well, you never know. One goblin in the right place could still get his face beaten.
They got shit stats. They got bad movement. I mean, they got alright movement. They got bad armor. That's why they just die. Don't worry about them.
But who needs assistance when you can just 1v1 a dwarf? Opponent kickoff failed.
That's what we said.
In a cosmically comical reversal of fortune, the ball is now in Lesson's hand on an open field up and down the entire court. Created by Lesson's own inability to seal up his own gap.
Yeah, but the people who can catch up with a dwarf are still free. And Lessons with the movement speed of a dwarf is never going to get there before he gets caught up. Yeah, why didn't he take the, he clicked the wrong die. I wonder if he recognizes the difference between those 2 dice.
That is a fair question to ask him later, I think.
Oh, he just got saved by that reroll, considering he hasn't moved to the ball carrier.
Now is the time to just run him and go all out and just pray.
Yeah, he's doing single die rolls instead of moving the ball carrier. That's why it's very confusing to me.
And now the opportunity presents itself back to One. The dwarves could have tied up the entire field. They could have run the ball carrier down.
I mean, he certainly wasn't going to tie the score. This is a lucky fluke that he didn't take advantage of.
But it would have been one step closer to evening it back up. Well, I guess a dwarf on the ground is still a body.
I mean, it feels like he thought that one dwarf was a cage, because I don't know why else you wouldn't move him away from the other guy.
A dwarf on the ground is with 2 on the bench.
Does Lessons perhaps think the field is 1 square smaller than it appears to be?
I mean, maybe he saw last time what happens if you get kicked off the field by an opponent, and is just desperately avoiding it at all costs.
It's very possible. Oh, and that just does not look good.
Well, I mean, we saw he had the opportunity, he just didn't capitalize on it.
I'm seeing a both down and only 1 character with block.
Yeah, decided to save the team rerolls.
Oh gosh, you are right. Oni has 3 of them left.
He could have rerolled, but he decided not to.
And Lessons will have 0.
Spoiler alert.
I mean, I guess it was the only guy he had available. Not that that helped at all.
Oh, wow. You made it easier on him.
Oh, what a tragedy. What's the phrase? History repeats itself. First as tragedy, second as farce. Oh, we are deep in Blood Bowl farce territory.
There's no point running him back. Other than to end your own turn short, I guess.
Just so many unnecessary risks.
Well, I mean, I guess you'll find out, Griff, how much this has superpowered Oni up.
Who am I set up to fight if
Next.
he wins this?
Next, you're fighting me.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Sorry, from
I
the
still have-
announcer's table, I'm announcing my victory over you. That's why I'm saying you're gonna fight him first. So you'll see, or I will.
That's quite a pessimistic view, and I can see the future, and I can say keep hoping
Is it pessimistic view? I think it's probably optimistic.
that you'll only get beaten to a bloody pulp.
No, that I'll beat you, and then you'll move to the losers bracket and fight Oni.
Oh, okay. Well, now I understand better.
Because you gotta figure, Oni's repeated beatdowns of every team he's gone against, even when he lost, has superpowered his leveling. That he's got more. Has to have at least half of the level 2s in the league now.
And all of them Skaven.
I mean, his get around you and score game is right up there with your pass and run game, except that his has worked.
Mm.
Yours went 3/4 of the game without working.
But the last fourth.
I believe I've already shown that in my team setups, I was prepared for Arkloyd to try it against me. That's why I did not let that pass.
You did a good job with your anti-skating tactics there.
Well, it seems half the teams in this league are set up for get the ball behind them and run. Like, no thank you.
Some might say that's just playing the game.
No, some might say that's very specific team tactics that only a few races are set up to do. Namely, the 2 teams with Skaven on them, and then the 1 human team that's set up with passers and catchers. Or receivers. So we're seeing that again here, where we have Skaven team members on a Chaos team going up against a very immobile Dwarf team. So some might think that when you're setting up the field in defense, you leave 2 Dwarves behind on either side of the inner field to catch up with any Skaven runners. A lesson that Lessons, ironically, given his name, hasn't learned.
I'm just going to let my visual disappointment say it all. I was about to say, it would be perfectly fine to put 2 dwarves on the back line. It's not as if there's needs to be any help fighting on the front line. But we're seeing why.
Because Lessons is taking unnecessary risks, like moving aside 1 step, a 50% dodge rate.
At least to be fair, that is just 1 goblin.
Which I believe is a +1 to the die.
That's about all goblins are good for is assistant.
Oni, are you going to blitz charge with the gun runner? No, you already blitzed with someone else.
Yeah, that's what the
You're just
giant
setting up
lightning
for
mark
later.
stands for.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, he doesn't want to throw his gutter runners into too much danger. Which is why you have to lay traps for them in the back. Because if he loses both of his gutter runners in the course of this league, in the course of this bracket, he's not going to have these plays to make.
Ooh. Yeah, if we could just get a good injury on those weaker players here. If I could even see a goblin die. I think I would still qualify that as at least a partial victory for Lessons.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you take the gunner runners out, Oni doesn't have any tactics left. He's just going to be left trying to fight a brutal game on the front line. He's not going to try and run a goblin to the end of the field. That's insanity.
He can still try it. And
Right,
watch
but I'm saying the
snap
goblin,
its own neck.
nobody else on his team would be able to catch up except for maybe a Beastman. And the goblin itself would just be toast the moment anybody caught up to it. It wouldn't be worth it.
Holy shit, he's going for it.
Yeah,
That might be the ballsiest move by
it's a dodgy gutter runner. That's what I'm saying. Those are the mainstay of his team. I feel like if you took those 2 out, if you targeted them, like say, I'm not going to win today's game, but I'm going to make sure he doesn't win any more games, would be the play. I don't reroll for a goblin.
Well, he has so many.
Yeah, they're extremely cheap because they're worthless.
A dwarven pass play, and it flops right into a beastman's hand. Well, I would have stood people up first before that, but at least it wasn't the wrongest move.
That was a pretty wrong move by my estimation.
Well, there were 4 people around the ball carrier. There was no way he was going to be able to break out of that. Throwing would have been an appropriate response here.
Well, someone's throwing, that's for sure. Again, the thing you gotta consider here is the easier Lessons makes it for Oni, the harder it makes it for everyone else who has to fight Oni.
Good, I need strong opponents.
My team doesn't even have a level 2 yet.
My gosh, it's just dwarves taking a nap everywhere.
Again, they got the armor value to not get injured, though.
Right, but this is the sign where you know that you're losing when your entire team is taking a nap.
I think this is a sign that Oni must feel bad. He hasn't done 1 foul yet. He even stopped looking at fouls. Oni only ever does fouls for those needing Inception.
Oh, he was doing a pass off. The cards kind of obscured that for me. I was
George,
wondering why he was moving the.
He's putting all of his experience on these two guys. That's why I'm saying kill them, and he's got no team. Because in this match, he's not going to get any XP off of injuries or the like.
Right.
So it's all passing and touchdown.
Oh, we might be about to see a foul or the preponderance of one.
Yeah, I just feel like in a normal game, Oni would have fouled numerous times by now.
Oni going for the BM.
See, I don't
Goblins, everybody.
I don't know why he's making that move, though, because he's proven that he can score against this team in 2 rounds, and that's all he has left if he would have scored right now.
I think maybe he just wants to keep his advantageous position and keep it, rather than let the dwarves re-rally.
The Dwarves were never going to score 3 goals in 2 rounds. He would have won no matter what they did.
Down.
I don't know to what effect, though. He could possibly have ended this match 1-6. Which would have been another 6 experience points to his gutter runners.
Oh, these are just going to be some frightening rats.
That's what I'm saying. My team is going to be all level 1s, and he's going to have 2 level 3 gunner runners.
And we're seeing some indecision on the field now.
Yeah, it seems every time that comes up, just nobody's choosing. Yeah, I wonder if Lessons is at the wheel at the moment.
Well, he does come back, I guarantee that.
Well, I just mean we had 2 10-second countdowns of choosing where the opponent's going to get moved to. On our side, Oni's side, no choices were being made.
Probably just a light distraction. Whoa, what is this? I've seen some madness. I've had a vision.
Well, you said at the
Terrible
moment that a
portents.
dwarf was punching a Chaos Warrior, and I was kind of hoping a death was on the field.
Well, I did see a foul from a dwarf, of all things.
No death, though, and literally nobody got injured either.
Right, again, those huge armor values really coming into play. Lots of fighting, but no damage. Except for the goblin who tripped and fell on his neck. There is no one else left you can move, Lessons. This is it. Well, I guess there's that one guy over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't attack anybody because he's already blitzed, but you can move him into a position.
Out.
Once again, looking at his death roller.
He's a very happy man.
I'm sorry, that was Oni looking at the death roller for some reason.
This party really is just fishing for injuries.
Which again doesn't seem likely given to the high armor values of the dwarves versus the strength modifier of the Chaos team.
Here comes some vows by the
You know, that's a good point. None of the Chaos team really has like a 4 strength person.
Chaos Warriors.
Oh, I guess that does count.
Look, I know the units that my team shares with his. I'm all Beastmen and Chaos Warriors.
I just honestly lost track of them in all the confusion.
That's because they don't stand out, because they don't have any abilities.
Ah, yeah, that would be it.
They're high stats, no flair.
Sometimes our competing announcers have some good lines.
Oh, Oni has them muted.
Yeah, well, I'm hearing them over here, and the advice they gave for the person down 2, now 3, now 4 touchdowns. Get your will ready. Stay away from the fans.
Oh yeah, no, it's like when you have somebody who's down on the edge of the field. You don't pick them up, you leave them down, because it's the other guy's just going to come in and knock you out to the fans.
So here it is. This has got to be the last play of the game. What does anyone do with their time?
I mean, Lessons has 2 turns left to try nothing, really, because his team can't make it to the end of the field in 2 rounds.
If he makes a... Well, the ball is pretty far forward.
Even then, I'm tempted to say that his runner wouldn't be able to make it there. Unless they have a movement allowance of, what, 6?
Right, right.
And it's 13 from midfield to a touchdown. So,
I was going to say a Hail Mary passing play could maybe be the thing here.
he would still have to get the guy from midfield to a touchdown.
Yep.
Which a 6 would require 2 at least going for it, and
Several dodges, which of course Lessons loves to make.
but even then, on the going for it alone, dwarves have like 2 agility, which means a low chance of even pushing the roll.
What's he gonna do?
Gonna go front and center.
Uh-oh. He's going for a red die block. What the heck?
Yeah, looks like Lessons hardly ever chooses anything when it's time to choose. To the point where Oni is just zooming through units, waiting for the timer to go.
Oh, we've got our dense little dwarf bucket right now for what it's worth. There won't be a 6th point scored. Well, depends on if luck keeps going like that.
Well, you see how quickly these gutter runners move. Now, if they can just get the ball off the dwarf there,
It wouldn't matter. There's not going to be another score this game. These are the last 2 turns. One for Oni and then one for Lessons.
And it's gonna be a bunch of fighting.
Probably another foul.
Maybe not.
I know you can't see that far in the future, Griffin.
Well, I'm using what I'm seeing right now to make a prediction.
Oni has units that are standing next to downed other units. It's entirely possible that he could just decide to foul with one of them.
Ooh. Now, if you stand that last guy up and we get maximum strength. Still no injuries this round.
Yeah, it's hard. Dwarves are too armored. And the Chaos team is too built to take on anything. Oh, look at that. You're looking at a foul. And I can't even predict the future.
Maybe you should give it a try. What's your prediction for these last couple of actions?
I already said it. He's going to go for fouls. And then he did. So you can't break through their armor. So it's literally all he can do is try on people who are on the ground.
It seems like every foul goes straight for the groin.
That's why it's a foul.
Oh, that's right. His assassin got taken out for a game. I keep thinking that Elf was the assassin, but he's the lineman that got brought in.
One of the dwarves was about to die.
He'd only miss next game, but you know what? When Lessons loses here, he's out of the bracket, so it's not even a meaningful... Oh, you know what that means, though? The start of the next bracket, he's going to be out of the game.
Yeah.
That's what your final match means, is that any injury you take is going to be the start of the next season. Which I guess has some sort of implication about how our Blood Bowl game works here. Is that there is no downtime between seasons, you immediately start into the next. And here we go, Lesson's final turn. I anticipate a skull roll at some point. It's going to end all this prematurely.
I am now wondering about the... Oh, wow, he went flying. I am now wondering about the possibilities and ethics of an all-goblin team. You fill up the entire board, you start a space away from your enemies,
There
and
we
you
go.
just keep backing up.
Oh, he apothecaried. Ah, damn it.
There we go.
That would have been
Two
the
people
most
who
meaningful. That would have been the most meaningful result Lessons could have come out of this game with, and only had an apothecary, so it didn't matter.
The only people who bought them, and they got some use.
No, actually, I think I have an apothecary as well.
Dang, I might be the only one without medical insurance.
I gotta make
Me
sure
too.
my team is all full of players that cost too much. I need people to stay in the game. I think I'm low rerolls of one apothecary.
Just smack the rat. You got 3 versus 1 right there. Heck, you got more.
And if you're already blitzed, so there's really no reason for you to do anything. Yeah, I guess pass for like bonus 1 XP.
Oh yeah, I guess you could pass like an inch and just take an XP.
Especially since this dude is 1 XP away from leveling up. So getting a 1 pass XP on him would get him to level 2. For next season anyway.
And there we will have it.
And he didn't even go for that. Let's see the wrap up here before we go over there.
Oh my gosh, what a terrible roll for Lessons. A 1 on the money.
Haven't seen it yet on Oni's side.
Let's go ahead and
Hold on, we're waiting to see these on Oni's thing. Mr. Future Man, hold your horses.
Only got a 6.
A fan factor added. Journeyman recruit turning down, it looks like. Yeah, he's turning down all his journeyman recruits. Alright. In the voice call.
Oh,
Hey,
speaking of,
hell of a game, huh?
hello, winners and 1 unfortunate loser. So
Yeah.
that was a interesting game. Let's hear it from the players first. What do you got to say about how this went down? Let's start with Lessons. How are you feeling right now?
I mean, I just could not find a counter to his Skaven. Had a counter for them, I would have done much better. But you know, my players are slow, and so once he penetrated deep into my area, that was it. You know, it was a secured
Oh yeah, we saw every moment of that. We were with you, the Lessons.
Do you feel like you learned about a way to defend against them?
Not yet, because I was trying to also balance with creating a cage.
Break their
Move,
legs.
to move my ball forward, but either could do one or the other, but not both. So I'm still there.
Right. And what about you, Oni? What do you got to say about the game?
It seems that Ark tends to leave his left side open. Always.
I'm Ark. He's
Yeah, Lessons was your opponent today.
Yeah.
I say, what are you calling out Ark for? This is really spiteful of you.
I just gotta say, Theta, you got a really terrible offense over.
Okay.
But you are right, Oni. Lessons, you kept having those gaps on the side that you really needed to fill in when he put his gunner runners out there. And I think our suggestion for next time is that usually the defense formation that's suggested puts 2 people in the back specifically to try to intercept for these kind of plays. I think something like that next time might give you what you need.
Yeah. I started doing that late in the game, but by that time it was, late in the game, so.
Well, I gotta say, when you got that injury on one of the 2 gutter runners, I was cheering for you, but unfortunately, Oni here bought an apothecary, so
It took 16 rounds for us to get to injuring anyone at all, and we only come away with a dwarf with a broken knee.
Well, it very much seems
at least
like
he's not dead.
If Oni loses one of those 2 gunner runners, his team is half gutted.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And then we saw it
every
happen.
egg in one basket.
We saw it happen for 5 seconds until you clicked that apothecary button.
Yeah. His only job: keep those 2 Skaven alive.
Yeah, Arkloyd, you got anything for our players here?
Oh no, I enjoyed watching the game. It was very interesting to see the another team's anti-dwarf tactics. No offense, Lessons. I do enjoy watching you play though, and I hope you're not too soured on continued play with this league.
Well, I mean, it's just a learning curve, and this is literally my second Blood Bowl game, so there's that.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, it does have to be said that this second loss knocks you out of the bracket for this run.
That's true.
You get to stay in the announcer booth from here on.
Mm-hmm.
And it does mean that Oni is going to go on to face Arkloyd in next week's match. So if either of you have anything to say about that.
Ooh, and that's going to be exciting there. Going to have Skaven versus Skaven gameplay.
That's fair. Let's see who can break whose legs first.
All right. So thanks to both of our players for giving us an entertaining match, and we're going to go ahead and sign out here. Thanks everyone for being here, and come watch us next week for more Blood Bowl on Know Your Role. Catch you next time, everybody.